Welcome back to the D&D Talk Wrestling Podcast, episode 17.
Actually, it's episode 16.
Actually, if we were dead last week, it would be episode 17.
Kayfabe is alive. I thought I would just do my best impression of The Undertaker.
Or Gunther being suspended for a week.
Oh, yeah, I wasn't suspended. My house burned down with my brother in it.
Suspended over the bathroom. Oh, no, I guess you weren't actually over the toilet. But
No, I was
suspended in the bed, not moving.
Pause. What are we talking about here? This is
Pause. We're talking about the WrestleMania recap.
I don't even know if that's PG.
It's definitely not PG, truth. Sorry.
All right.
What we're talking about is the WrestleMania reactions. Yes, we know it was 2 weeks ago, but we still want to talk about it.
And we want to talk about who was correct on most of the matches. I just have to throw that little part in there.
We need to have a lifetime banner thing because, yeah, you're up here, but I want to know who's up in general.
First of all, since I won this, A, I get lunch from you.
That's fine. We'll get lunch Friday.
B, you need to refer to me as what?
That was for 1 week, and that was last week.
No.
You weren't here. Sorry.
No.
No.
That was for a month.
No, it wasn't. The bet was... No, you made it for a month. The bet was, for the following week's episodes, you will be known as the Visionary. Unfortunately, you weren't here last week, so what do you want from me?
For you to be a man of your word.
I was a man of my word. Last week, you were supposed to be called the Visionary. You weren't here last week. That's not my fault.
I was envisioning things.
Yeah, uh-huh.
Yeah, that's my name.
That's because you were asleep 90% of the week.
Actually, I was.
I know, it's nice and quiet.
A little.
But I did miss you. But, let's get into WrestleMania Night 1. I almost said Night 1, Match 1.
Night 1, Match 1.
Night 1, Match 1, Night 1, Match 2. Look, that'll make us go a little bit longer.
Pause.
Pause. Hold on, pause. So Night 1, first match of the night. Jey Uso.
What are we doing?
I have no idea.
What is happening?
I have no idea.
1 week.
1 week. This is what
1
happens.
week I'm
This is what
gone.
happens.
All of a sudden, this man can't even say words anymore.
You're not wrong. It was for the World Heavyweight Championship match. Jey Uso! What is wrong with me? I kept doing that with somebody else, too. I kept putting Punk and Rollins together, I think, or something.
Are you okay?
No, maybe I'm having a stroke.
You honestly might be.
Jey Uso versus Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship. I still love that Jey won.
Oh, absolutely.
It was, a lot of people were saying, I saw on Twitter, Gunther gave up too easy, he got put in a chokehold, gave up too easy. But if you go back to even his NXT UK matches against Dragunov, as soon as Dragunov puts him in a finisher, he's tapping. That must be his kryptonite.
No, because Gunther's the big bully who will beat you within a half an inch of your life.
He's the schoolyard bully.
But when you start giving it back, that's it. He's done. Yeah. He's tapping. He can't take it.
There was somebody put a bunch of clips up that anytime he was in a submission, he's automatically tapping right out.
Yeah, come on. You can't say that he just beat him with a fast submission. He took 2-3 spears.
It took 2 or 3 spears.
3 Uso splashes.
Yeah, 3 splashes.
So
I think he super kicked him twice before that even.
So come on. It wasn't just a quick submission and it was over. He hit him with every signature and finisher move he had.
He used every bar he had on 2K. And he even had to steal a finisher to get the win.
Yeah, move thief.
But he still got the win.
Move thief.
You have to have, what, 3 finishers racked up to steal the finisher?
No, it could be 1, though. You just need that special thing on your guy. Yeah.
But I am glad he won.
I
am glad to see where... I can't wait to see where it goes. I want to know...
He deserved it.
I want to know what Gunther does when he comes back.
Well, we know when he comes back, he's going to beat the living crap out of McAfee, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah. I wonder if there's going to be a him and Jay thing, though. I wonder if he's going to try, after this... If it's true from what I said before about if Gunther... We know it's Gunther versus McAfee at Backlash. And if Gunther destroys McAfee, and this... I don't know what the connection would be to somehow bring out Goldberg, but I pray that's not what it really is. We know we know he said last year he's doing 1 match and he's retiring. Don't do your one. Just retire.
He's not going to win it.
Goldberg? Do we not? Are we not talking about the same Bill Goldberg?
Are we not talking about the same wrestling business where typically people do not go out on top?
Yeah, but it's Goldberg, man. Like, although it's not Vince anymore, so maybe Hunter will be like, hey, you know what? Because you know Goldberg's going to be like, I want to go out going over.
Yeah, well, you know what? You don't always get what you want, buddy. Wise words of Mick Jagger.
You want to sing it?
Huh?
Never mind.
Maybe I will.
So, we both got that match correct.
Mm-hmm.
The next match for the World Tag Team Championship, the New Day versus the War Raiders. This seemed like a quick match to me. I don't know if there was stuff taken out of it.
It did seem like a quicker match.
It really did.
I mean, I'm glad the New Day got their opportunity.
New Day got the win.
It wasn't a clean finish.
Did Xavier hold his foot down? I think Xavier was holding...
Kofi was.
Kofi was holding Eric's foot down to get the win.
Wasn't a clean win, but...
we knew it was... I mean, if they were going to win, I knew it wasn't going to be a clean win.
But if it's their...
You're trying to think the number?
Their persona. No.
Oh. Yeah, no, the heel... I love heel, man. I've been saying that. I love the heel New Day. The heel New Day music.
Oh, so good, dude. Heel New Day music, their attire, everything.
Was Kofi's hair silver last night on Raw? I saw backstage, like they were doing like their backstage like pictures or whatever for like WWE, and it looked like his hair was like Cisco.
One thing, Kofi needs to get his mustache back because he looks weird.
Yeah, but that's the heel though. Well, no, we'll get into that for that match.
So if
somebody else was supposed to be only in the mustache.
Oh yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I know.
We'll get there when we get to that match, I guess.
I don't know what it is with people because you're not the only one who brought that up and wants to see me in just a straight mustache.
Somebody said, "Are you able to do that mustache?"
Yeah. I don't know what it is. Y'all want to see me as a cowboy or something? Is that a thing?
No.
Is that a thing? Like, oh, we'll just walk into work, be like,
howdy. I mean, we already got cowboy boots. You can be cowboy hat.
We already had
a cowboy hat.
No. If there hasn't ever been a Satchel or Richards, that man was
talking about a fucking promo there.
Yeah. All right. So what was next on the docket?
Well, I did get that match wrong.
I got that match correct.
Shockingly. No wonder why we should have did this yesterday when it was storming outside.
Oh no, so we're on to the Jade Cargill match?
Oh wow, oh we actually are. That actually is the next match.
See, Storm?
Jade Cargill versus Naomi. Kind of a squash match.
Little bit of a squash match, but I think we both, if I'm not mistaken, we both said that going in.
Yeah, we both said it going in. We both said Jade just because that's what she's on. She's on this, I don't know. And we know eventually she's going to get a singles run, but like, make it a little bit better than your AEW singles run, which I'm sure they can do.
Not now, because now it's Tiffy time.
Not for a while. Maybe whoever loses or whoever Tiffy loses to, maybe after that. Maybe to Nia. I can see. I'd be okay with a Jade and Nia feud for a little bit.
That would be definitely some of the most intricate wrestling.
You know what? Let's go to the next match.
I will say though that I got that match correct.
So did I. I picked Jade.
Don't matter about you though.
Wow. Somebody's feeling better about themselves. Next was the United States Championship match. LA Knight versus Jacob Fatu.
Probably one of my favorite matches of the entire show.
Definitely of that night. But yeah, you're probably right. Probably the entire show.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They tore it down.
That was a really good.
And I love as the heel Jacob, he's still after the match when they had the his little interview, he still gave LA Knight props.
Yeah.
Yo man, you pushed me to the limit.
You can see, was it? I don't know if it was. It had to be then. I don't think it was on after Raw, but I think it was after their interview. You could see him forget that he's supposed to be a heel, and then he goes right back into his heel talk.
I don't even know if Jacob's the natural heel.
You can even see it on his face. You could see it on his face where how excited he was, but he was like, "Oh shit, I'm supposed to be the heel. Let me turn."
I feel like he's just a good badass.
He is a good badass.
But he's funny and relatable.
I'm trying to think who would be his 90s or early 2000s counterpart. I don't know.
Attitude Era kind of?
Yeah. I almost want to say, I don't want to say style-wise because obviously they're totally different, but maybe Eddie Guerrero almost.
Like he's a heel, but people still love him.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess so. Yeah.
I could kind of see it a little bit.
I could actually see that.
Next, we had a little change-up of the match. It was supposed to be El Grande Americano versus Rey Mysterio. It was announced the night before on SmackDown, the night before on SmackDown. Rey pulled his groin, which he did. I just saw yesterday. I think he went in and got surgery for it, so he had a successful surgery. But it changed from Rey Mysterio to Rey Fénix. And El Grande Americano won.
Which we both got wrong.
But, technically we had a Rey, just not the Rey.
Although, I'm still not happy about the booking.
I'm not happy about the booking. If I'm going to call him Gable, whatever. If Gable was supposed to win, regardless, like if he was supposed to win against Mysterio, it shouldn't have been Fénix.
No.
It should have been Dragon Lee. It should have been somebody else from the LWO. If Fénix has been there 3 weeks tops.
Third match in the company.
And you're obviously cool. You're getting on Mania, but to lose at WrestleMania, to I don't want to say a joke gimmick, but to
Well, it is a joke gimmick.
To something that's disrespecting your heritage and the way you wrestle, I don't like it. I don't like it if he was even supposed to beat Rey.
No, I don't like it either.
It never should have went that way. It should have been...
And I'm a huge Chad Gable fan, and I even wanted Rey to win the match.
It should have been a mask versus mask, and Gable should have lost and taken off his match. Because I don't even think... No, he was on Raw. Was he on Raw last week? I don't even remember. He wasn't on Raw this week.
But not as... He was just on Raw as Gable.
But that's what I mean. He was on Raw as Gable. So he was on Raw as Gable this week, but I mean, was Americano... Have we seen him since WrestleMania? I don't. He wasn't on this week. I don't think he was on last week.
Yeah.
I don't think we've even seen him. Next, we had the WWE Women's Championship of it's Tiffany Stratton versus Charlotte Flair, and I am so glad Tiffany has the title still.
That match was actually amazing.
The entrances was cool before that even. The entrances were cool. She came out with in the Barbie type boxes, and Charlotte came out.
I know both of us picked Tiffany. Both of us wanted Tiffany to win because neither of us wanted to see Charlotte.
No.
But they put on a hell of a match. They did.
My only, not critique, because even Jay at work said it to me. When him and his wife were watching, they got confused. She got confused. She's a wrestling fan, but not a big wrestling fan. If he's watching it, she'll watch it. She got confused between who was who because their outfits almost matched.
They were very similar.
Charlotte had a little bit of blue, but they were very similar. They could have switched something up somewhere.
Yeah.
But yeah, they were very similar. I'm glad Charlotte didn't win. She doesn't need it.
I mean, the same thing did happen in the Fénix and El Grande match too.
You're right. He did. He said the same thing.
They were kind of similar.
They were kind of similar because they both have the red.
Yeah. I'm glad for Tiffany though.
I'm glad for Tiffany.
I know she needs a.
My only problem. It's a dumb problem. She's held that title for so long. Come out with a pink strap. Make the white leather pink leather. That would work so well with her. It'd almost be like when Naomi put the lights in hers.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, she's not gonna get in trouble because she'll probably ask permission first. But
yeah, she's an ooze.
She's an ooze. She will do whatever.
Well,
she wants.
Naomi, not.
That's what I mean. Well, Naomi will do what she wants. She'll just put the lights in, and it's better to ask for forgiveness than permission.
Tiffany's an Imperium.
Oh, so she can probably do whatever she wants to too. Then actually,
honestly, who's telling Gunther no?
Who's telling? I can't think of her boyfriend's name now.
Ludwig.
Where's
Kaiser?
he been at?
Huh?
Where's he been at?
In Charlotte's DMs, duh.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. All right, so the last match of night one.
That was the last match of night one.
Was it?
We're not talking about this other match.
Oh, shut up. Because he doesn't want to talk about the fact that he was totally incorrect at this last match. And your boy, right here. I had a vision for this match. You can almost say, right?
Oh my god. This is when you started getting sick, I think. I think this is when your delusion started kicking in.
I had a vision for the match.
You did have a vision. Not the way it was going to go. I'm the one that said Heyman was going to get involved somehow.
I said Heyman was going to get involved too.
I don't remember you saying that. Oh, yeah, you did. Never mind. Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. You're right.
Because I said Seth is the only one without a tie to Heyman.
Yes.
Which, in the grand scheme of things, what ended up being wrong at the end of everything. But at that point, he had no tie. And then Heyman, they get involved. And for your last match, your main event match of WrestleMania Night 1 between Roman Reigns versus CM Punk with Paul Heyman in his corner versus the Visionary.
See, we only got one nipple on this shirt.
He does. Excuse me.
The other one's right here, actually, but I'm just trying to distract from this.
The Revolutionary. Seth freaking Rollins. Now, I know I was sick last week, so
God.
Can you please remind us who won that match again?
Seth Rollins won that match with Paul Heyman's help. Technically, Paul Heyman won the match, and let Seth Rollins get the pin.
So what you're saying is,
I don't even do this
that Seth Rollins won the main event of WrestleMania Night 1.
Yes.
Okay. I was just I know.
It doesn't hurt for me to say that. I did there was
It hurts because it's me. That's the only reason why it hurts.
There was a couple spots in that match that were great. I like when they were on the outside and Seth was like, "Come on, let's do the old days. Let's shield bomb him through the table." And Roman's like, "Yeah, let's do it." And then he just spears Seth out of nowhere. I was like, "Nah, we're not doing it. Never mind. I can do it by myself."
Or a couple of spots where one would hit a finisher and then the next would go right into the next one.
Those were cool combos. Yeah. This was the first match, and they even said it. That was since I'm guessing they were added at the net when they came on to Netflix. This has been the first match that we've seen where those tables have broke.
Yeah.
My only problem is now they're breaking I think they broke night 2. They broke on Raw. Now they're breaking all the time now. Which is my only problem. But they even said Michael Cole and then we're like, these tables are so strong, and for Roman to break these tables by himself by just powerbombing Seth through and Cody through.
Honestly.
Seth and Punk through.
All joking aside though, that match was absolutely insane.
No, that match was great.
It was so good. There's no 3 guys that could have carried a main event match at WrestleMania without a belt on the line.
No, and
besides those 3.
Can you imagine? Put any random. You could say Cody, Cena. Throw somebody else in there without a title. You're not pulling off that match.
Nope. All 3 of those guys are absolutely.
I think if you added the title, it's not even doing anything to that match.
No, it might just take away from the match.
It might take away from the match.
Because the match meant so much more than just the title.
The match didn't. That's adding a title is not gonna. It's probably gonna diminish that match.
And that match literally has just led into this new stable, this new faction,
which we will talk. I didn't talk about it on last week's rewind. After night 2, we'll talk about that because I do want to get your. I know we've talked about it, but I want to get your reaction to everything that went down on the ending of that Raw.
All right, so we'll go into WrestleMania Night 2, and I do remember off the dome, opening match, first match.
Another phenomenal match
was the women's triple threat match for the women's world title: Io Sky versus Bianca Belair versus Rhea Ripley.
See, now this match did need that title.
It did, but it was still
match. But if it was reversed to where it was the title with Seth, Roman, and Punk, and this was just those 3 by themselves, there's not even really a story, because a lot of it was Bianca and Rhea, and they're just pushing Io out of the way, hey, get
Io's an underdog champion. Yeah. I love that match. I love the fact that Io actually won. The smallest of all 3 competitors.
I love her new meme now where she's just she's doing it all the time now.
The one was just basically counted out. Bianca or Rhea is going to win this match.
She was just in it because she had the title. And she's like, no, I'm going to show everybody.
Yeah, and she's probably one of the best women wrestlers on the roster right now.
Oh, God, yeah.
We both got that match, right? Right? Or no?
I think I picked Io. Yeah, no, I picked Io because I said I wanted Rhea, but it's going to be Io because Io has been the whole, she's been, on the side during the whole story. Because the story's basically been Rhea and Bianca.
Now, you have these more of in order, so what was on match 2?
The next was Drew McIntyre and Damian Priest in the Sin City Street Fight, which ended with that disgusting, why can't I think of the name of the kick?
The Claymore?
The Claymore through that chair.
That was insane.
It didn't even look like Drew had Priest had a hand up.
No,
But that was a good match. I didn't understand. I mean, I understood why it was a street fight. I didn't think it was gonna add anything to it, but it made that match amazing.
And that is a match that we both got wrong. We both
thought Priest.
We both picked Priest
because
Priest has been getting pushed like mad lately.
And it seems like ever since that he hasn't been. Like Drew was in that match for the number one contender for the U.S. title.
Maybe we just jinxed Priest.
Maybe we jinxed Priest.
Yeah.
Maybe he's going back to the Judgment Day. Dear God, I hope not. Speaking of the Judgment Day, the next match for the Intercontinental Championship, Dominic Mysterio, Finn Balor, Penta, and Braun Breaker. I loved this match.
I absolutely love this match too.
Dom getting it. Everyone's like, this is Dom's first title. I think they forgot he was the North American champ.
I know.
I think
because he was on Raw with him for a while.
Because technically, it's an NXT title, and a lot of people don't see that as like a big title.
And he was calling himself the workhorse champion because he was going to work on NXT
then
Raw.
And then SmackDown. Yeah. There was like, for a month, he was on like all 3 shows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He deserves this, man. He deserved that title.
He was on Busted Open, and he said he was walking up, and the crowd was going so crazy. Hunter came out and was like, you need to go back to the ring. And that's when he darted back and ran back into the ring. Because the crowd just booed him, and then out of nowhere, they're just cheering him. Yeah. Now he's... Somebody said on Twitter they want to see like the reverse of every time he gets a mic, the crowd just cheers where he can never say a word.
I really think that he earned it, though. Because the crowd booed him because they hated him, and then eventually it turned into them booing them just because it was fun.
Just because it was the thing. That's what I said. Remember, I said I can't wait for Dom to show up here so I can boo the hell out of him.
Yeah, it's not because they hated him.
Just to boo him.
Just to boo him. Yeah. Now he deserves that.
I like that he is doing the opposite of Charlotte and like trashing his last name because my deadbeat dad, Eddie's my real dad, but Charlotte's like, I'm a Flair, I want this. I'm a Flair, I want that.
I mean, in both ways, they're still using their dads.
They are still using their dads. He's not...
But Dom went in a complete opposite direction.
Yeah.
Flair is like... Charlotte's like the woman version of her did.
Yeah.
Dom is the polar opposite of his.
Dom said he saw his mom after the match and he just went up and went, haha, I have the title. And did you see the Scott Steiner video?
Yeah.
Where he's like looking at, he's like, yeah, look what I have. And Steiner's like, you're lucky you're over there, kid.
He's like, you cheating son of a bitch. Yeah. But like, as he's saying it, you could tell he's like smirking.
Yeah. You can tell he's like, I'm proud of you, kid. Like, I know I called him pinning Balor. I'm shocked that they're still like in Judgment Day together.
Well, there's still the little riffs because you saw like on Raw when
he was like, JD, why didn't you tell me?
He's like, oh, I called to congratulate Dom and I told Dom, but he's like, well, now Dom is just like, guys, can you like fill me in? Like,
somebody showed a picture because you know how they're always playing 2K. Somebody zoomed in and it was Dom versus Triple H on 2K and Dom was beating the shit out of Triple H. I thought that was funny. I was like, oh, okay, it's gonna be like that.
I love Dom. I do. We both got that match right.
Next was the Randy Orton Open Challenge. Randy Orton came out. I've been here for 20 years, this and that. Somebody said to me, well, I think he said to you too, that it should be Rusev was the call out, but I believe he was wrong.
Yeah, I believe he was wrong.
Because we all believe in Joe Hendry. And he came out, we both were like, there's no way. That the crowd popped so hard for him.
I like when he got like right onto the stage and then he was just like looking around like,
he's like, holy shit, there's a lot of people.
You could tell that was his face. Like,
yeah,
damn.
He was like, oh man, there's a lot of people.
And before people say it, well, people have been saying it, he didn't get squashed by Orton.
TNA, people backstage at TNA were like, no, we're proud of what he did at WrestleMania. He got showcased at WrestleMania. He didn't get squashed.
No.
He put up a fight.
And then Orton beat him, and then Orton hit him with that second RKO, and then gave him that little tap on the chest. Like,
because he even said, he was like, hey, somebody put word for word what Orton said to him, but it was something like, hey, look at all of this. Like, one day you're actually going to be here. Like, look at you performing in front of all these people. Like, he gave him the praise because he picked him. On the list, he picked Hendry. A lot of people said they were pushing for Hardy, and he was like, I don't want Jeff Hardy. What do I want to face Jeff Hardy for? Thank God he didn't pick Jeff Hardy.
You would have been pissed.
I would have walked out of your house that night like, no, I'm done. I'm over wrestling. I do like he did the turnaround and Orton came out of nowhere with the RKO.
I like it. I think it was good. That was the first time a TNA World Champion has ever been at WrestleMania at the same time.
Hopefully it's not the last time.
I don't think so.
I don't think so, but I am glad it was him. He was getting over a lot.
Yeah. And you lost to Orton.
Right. You
lost to a GOAT.
Right.
What's wrong with that?
There's nothing wrong with it. It's not like you lost to
Tozawa.
Tozawa, Dom, even Otis. Like, you didn't lose to, like...
First of all, Dom's a GOAT. Okay.
I think it's about Otis. You know, you're right. But it's not like you're losing to somebody that they don't use.
No. Orton is literally one of the greatest of all time. He's still your prototypical creator wrestler, if you were to make one in the lab.
Right. I do like how he wore his trunks, that...
Throwback to
his debut trunks. Yeah, that was cool. Next was Logan Paul and AJ Styles. And shockingly, we both got this wrong.
I know.
Because we both picked AJ. And Logan Paul pulled out the pulverizer.
And just to kind of go back, we tried to guess who Orton was going to fight. And
we both picked Alistair.
Yeah.
Which, I like his debut better, I think.
Yeah, because I don't know
it would have been at Mania.
Yeah.
Because there's no way, like, I think it was an open roof, so there's no way you're darkening that whole arena.
No.
So, yeah. Logan Paul defeated AJ, which was... Do I want to use shocking? Because I like Logan Paul.
We know.
You're drinking a Prime right now!
It's only because I'm thirsty. I'm sitting here looking at a freaking Logan Paul action figure right now.
Technically he's behind the Outsiders, but... That one doesn't come with a Prime bottle. I'm really mad if the basic figure comes with a Prime bottle.
Well, then buy the basic figure.
That's the one with the Charizard necklace that he wore. I think it was the Charizard. I don't remember what the card was.
It was.
I do like the pulverizer finisher.
I'm only worried when he goes against somebody bigger. Is he going to be able to do that against,
I didn't think he was going to do it on AJ, honestly.
Think he could do it on Drew?
No.
Sheamus?
Where's Sheamus been at?
Probably drinking somewhere. Bronson Reed?
I was just trying to think of a big dude. No, there's no way he's doing it under Bronson.
Strowman?
But is he ever going to get... I mean, you don't know if he's ever going to be in a story against those guys.
True.
I mean, look at him now. They're putting him and Jay in a match at Backlash. It's not official, but I mean, it's official. Like, is it? No, they didn't announce it, did they?
I don't know. You beat AJ Styles at WrestleMania and all of a sudden you get a title shot?
Who else? If not AJ, what other heel... not AJ. If not Logan, what other heel on Raw could he have gone up against at Backlash? Jay. Exactly.
Anybody. Finn.
Yeah, but Finn's already in a story. Who's not in a story on Raw that you can have him up against? They're gonna drag this Finn, Liv, Dom story out probably till Liv comes back. Actually, that might be a good way to break them up with Liv being gone. She can be like, I left and Judgment Day's just all torn apart. What's going on?
Well, she's the kind of catalyst of breaking them apart. Like, you saw what she said on Raw, like...
Yeah.
We thought we'd get you a match because, you don't
have a title.
You don't have a title or anything.
Somebody said they should lose the tag titles, her and Raquel, and then she wins the Intercontinental, so her and Dom can have the Intercontinental titles. That'd be kind of cool.
You know what should happen? He should go start dating Io.
Because she's the champ?
Yeah.
What if Rhea would have became the champ and he would have came out?
Dom's just gonna do the Eddie Guerrero lie, cheat, and steal, but like with women.
Just bounce back and just bounce to the title.
Yeah.
Next, speaking of the women's tag titles, next is the women's tag championship. Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez versus Lyra Valkyria and her supposed to be Bailey on night 1, or was it on SmackDown?
SmackDown, I think.
No, it was night 1 because he said you had 24 hours, so it had to be night 1.
Maybe, yeah.
It was supposed to be Bailey. Bailey got hurt. So who did Lyra get? The man Becky Lynch to win the titles for 24 hours.
That was shocking though. I didn't expect.
Yeah, no, I didn't expect her because we literally were talking. I think the day before how we were joking around that she's like, "Yeah, I'm retired for now because I'm a mom, I'm being a mom."
But then it's like, did she say that on purpose?
Did she say that to like swerve everybody?
Yeah.
She may have.
Obviously, she did. What do you mean she may have?
She may have. They did win the
She's
titles.
about to have a freaking Intercontinental Women's title match.
Do you think she's gonna win that?
She might, actually.
I don't know. She might. They did win. They won for like 24 hours. Liv and Raquel got a rematch the next night on Raw and won the titles back. And Becky turned on Lyra and all that fun stuff.
And we got that wrong. Both of us.
Oh yeah, because we thought Liv and Raquel were gonna retain.
Yeah, which they did the next night.
They did the next night. Technically, I still don't. I get why they lost the titles, but if you're just gonna turn Becky heel, you could have had Becky turn heel at Mania. They could have lost it. They could have pinned Lyra at Mania, and it probably would have got Becky even more heat to return as a face, help Lyra out. Lyra looked up to you her whole
She helped train Lyra.
career. She helped train Lyra, and Lyra's gonna get pinned, and then you're gonna turn on Lyra at WrestleMania. That would have been a better way to turn heel than winning them.
I know this is kind of off topic, but it's not. But I really like the fact that we're seeing these wrestlers that have these young wrestlers that were like trained by them.
Yeah, I've been saying that for how long, though?
Like Finn and JD.
Finn and JD.
Seth and Nathan Frazier.
Becky and Lyra.
I just think that's so cool to see.
I've been saying that for how long? She didn't train her, but Bailey and Izzy. That's a little different because Izzy got into wrestling because of Bailey, and she was Bailey's #1 fan. But I do like how it's a lot of hey, I trained you, and now we're gonna either go together or feud or.
Yeah, I think that's kind of interesting. That's kind of fun. You see how the way wrestling works and stuff.
I wonder who was the first two to do that.
Oh man, there was probably a ton from back in the day, but kayfabe was so strong. Yeah,
kayfabe was so strong. Now we're getting a show that goes fucking behind the scenes.
No.
So before the final match actually happened is the big talk of night 2. Technically, Stone Cold comes out. Did you see the video of him coming out where he missed the ramp in the beginning?
Yeah, and then he got the quad stuck under the stage.
Yeah, he got it stuck under the stage, and then did he go around the ring twice? I think. Right, he went around one, and then he revved it and hit the guardrail. He hit the guardrail in front of you, but I fell over. Which is WWE's trying to get rid of that video everywhere.
It was kind of embarrassing.
It was kind of embarrassing, but you can.
First of all, why is Stone Cold going 100 miles an hour around the ring now?
Fair. There should have been a governor on that.
Even looking at Taker, when Taker comes, he'll fly down the ramp.
He'll fly and then he'll walk it almost.
But then when he's going around, he'll go slow.
Yeah.
But
Austin's nah, fuck that.
Austin's nah, sending it full speed.
You could see he hits, and then the girl was oh, and slowly fell backwards.
I saw so many things on Twitter of people be like, "This is why you don't drink and drive."
I guarantee you. I wonder if he was drinking. A lot of people were like, "Was he drinking before that?" We're like, "We know afterwards."
Oh,
I don't know where he was on. He was on someone's podcast. I heard somebody else say this. Out of the 12-ounce cans, he gets about 5 ounces in his mouth.
Oh yeah, barely anything goes in.
So 3 cans, he's getting 1 full can. But it was kind of dumb. We don't know what's going on because obviously WWE was trying to get rid of it. But I think she saw an opportunity and was oh, here it is.
She was that hurt. She wouldn't have sat there for the rest of the show.
She was there the rest of the show. Right, she was there the rest of the show. Nick Khan came out. Austin checked on her. Give me a break. Why is Gronk dancing on my computer screen?
I don't want to know what files you have on that thing.
I'm on CBS Sports.
I think you're on something else.
I'm on CBS Sports.
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll go to the main event, night 2, the WWE Undisputed Championship. Cody Rhodes and John Cena. A lot of people didn't like the way this match ended. I didn't like the way I liked the way the match ended. I don't like Travis Scott getting involved for no reason.
No.
Now there's rumors that it's going to be, I don't know what pay-per-view, Travis Scott and John Cena versus Cody and Bad Bunny. If anybody, Priest, because Priest is the one that brought Bad Bunny in as a tag partner, faced Bad Bunny at Backlash.
All I'm saying is Cody ate 4 attitude adjustments, and then
lost to a low blow and a title headshot.
Where on night 1, the first match, Gunther hit Jay with a title in the head. And
basically the same thing.
Didn't get the 3 count.
Basically,
I was waiting. I didn't even want to bring that up to you. I
didn't even think about that till just now. I mean, obviously, congratulations. You got 17. Like, yeah, you deserve it because, like, now you probably will have the most for a couple years till Orton beats your 17 for 18. And he did come out the next night on Raw. I have 26 dates left.
Let's not forget to say John Cena's new entrance.
I love the all black with just John Cena.
Yeah.
But it's still the same music.
Okay, so I'm going to go on a little bit of a rant here.
Go ahead, because you weren't able to. Go ahead.
Okay, I love John Cena's heel turn. I love the match. I love him getting the title because let's be honest, from a company standpoint, who do you want in your history books is the most decorated
absolutely
champion?
John Cena.
You want John Cena, no doubt.
Because
about it.
I don't want to interrupt you, but a lot of people say it shouldn't be Flair because Flair's like 16 titles is like this many from NWA, this many from WCW, this many from WWE. A lot of people were like, if AEW really wants to fuck them over, just let him win one time off Moxley and then he's an 18-time world champ. Or 17-time world champ.
See, I love Flair, but he's a little bit of a liability.
A little bit.
But here's my thing. Here's the only thing I don't like about this. I understand Cena came out and said that you're not getting new music, you're not getting new this, you're not getting new that, which is fine.
But he did.
He didn't get new music.
Well, he got a new entrance theme, though. He got a new Titantron.
No, that's fine, because he's just going away from it. Stop with the merchandise stuff.
Yeah, no, 100%. If you want to be a babyface,
stop. Like I know he said that he doesn't want a new gimmick or nothing. Keep the jean shorts. Keep the shoes.
Just come out in a black shirt.
Come out in a black t-shirt or a white shirt, and that's it. A black hat or a white hat, and that's it. Enough of the whole like his shirt.
This was when he announced his retirement, but then he had one at Mania. He had a Vegas one at Mania. He had one for every stop overseas. He had a Dallas one.
Or just have a black shirt that says John Cena across the front.
Oh my God, yeah. I would actually buy that. I would buy that too.
So like, I don't know.
But yeah, because he said you're not getting there, you're not getting this, but you still are doing it.
But if I had the volume on my TV off, and a young kid, we'll say 12 or under, is watching the TV, oh my God, it's John Cena, it's the John Cena I know. They turn the volume on, there's his music. He looks like the John Cena that we all knew for however many years, right?
20, 25 years or something.
So just kind of tap into the heel thing just a little bit and just get rid of the bright color type shirts.
Or, like, if you want to get... Because he changed his stuff for green when he went to Dallas. Just put a green shirt on then. Don't have nothing on it. But no, I would just an all black or an all white shirt.
Yeah, I think an all black shirt, a black hat, and that's it.
Especially you want to do like the mega heel. He came out on Raw. I've got 26 dates left. That doesn't mean I need to wrestle 26 times. Show up to Raw or show up to Raw or show up to SmackDown, either or. Walk into the arena, walk out of the arena.
Walk in, get on the microphone, be like 25.
Don't even get to the ring. Walk to the doors of the arena. Go, there's my night, and walk out. There's another night off. You want to go over as a big heel? Do that. Don't even go to the ring. Or go to the ring. Here's another night, and then go.
Or like we said it, like, oh, you guys want to be me so bad, you want to do this for me, and then like have it as a joke, like John Cena shirts on WWE Shop, $800.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then make it to where, like, if you try to click it and buy it, obviously it doesn't work because you're not trying to scam the fans. But make it seem like, oh, you guys can't even afford to dress like me now.
Right.
So just mega heel stuff.
Yeah. You're.
And then, like, you know what I mean? You click on the link and it's like, WWE Shop will send you to, like, oops, like, try again. Like, it's a dead link.
Or it actually, like, changes to, like, a regular price.
Yeah, but still.
But that'll get around. That'll get around immediately on Twitter.
But, I mean, I do love the fact that he won. He deserves it.
Yeah, no, he deserves it. I do see, like...
He is the GOAT. Overall, he's the GOAT.
I do see him ending the year as a face.
Me too.
I don't know how we're going to transition into it, but I do want to see him end as a face.
I think he's just going to get his ass kicked and he's going to get humbled.
By who?
Maybe he does what a lot of wrestlers do and you give the rub to somebody that needs it.
Alright, so on the roster right now, who do you think needs it? Is it somebody he's never faced before? Has he faced Drew? I know Drew doesn't need it, but has he faced Drew?
Dude, you could tie into this whole thing. What if it's Braun Breaker?
What if it's Braun Breaker? That's
The
actually
future of wrestling goes through Seth, goes through Braun. What if it turns out that Braun wins something, ends up having to make a choice?
Braun wins Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
Although I do like the theory of Cena winning Money in the Bank and then having the belt and the Money in the Bank. Maybe he cashes in on Jay and has both belts.
It could be like R-Truth. He wants to be the final real champion when he grows up.
Oh my god, can you imagine if it's R-Truth?
But I'm saying like someone like Breaker, someone like, I don't know, maybe an Obafemi's on the main roster.
I was going to say someone from NXT.
Someone that could really use the rub.
That would be cool. I didn't think about that. That'd be really cool. That's it. That is our Mania talk. I know we talked about doing this thing. At
the end of it, I do want to say one more thing. The man with the most correct predictions was...
I wonder how overall it is.
I don't care about overall. We're just talking about Mania. Who has the most correct predictions?
You. And I'll buy you lunch Friday at work if you're still up to eating.
I don't know about that.
Do we want... I didn't talk about it last week. Do we want to talk about how the Raw after Mania ended?
With the new faction?
With the new faction. I didn't talk about it because I was like, I'd rather... The main guy, the leader of the faction is obviously your guy. I figured I would rather you be here.
It's kind of Heyman, to be honest.
I know, but I figured the main wrestler of the faction is your guy. I won't lie, when Breaker came out and speared Roman, I was like, oh my god, Seth got another oos.
That was like... When Breaker joined Seth, that was shocking.
Yeah, but when he took... When he...
Oh, when he came out...
Because, like, Solo debuted in a black hoodie. The Tongans, a black hoodie. Jacob, a black hoodie. When Roman got speared, I went, oh my god, what Uso did he get? And then it's Breaker, and I went, oh, it's Breaker with a tan, so it's...
Yeah. It's a Buso. Well, he went to a wrestling family, at least.
The Steiner math worked out somehow.
Yeah. He didn't go with the bloodline side of the family. He went to the Steiner side.
He went to the math side of the family.
Yeah.
Maybe that's how his cousin gets brought in.
Scholars.
What if his cousin's the other member?
Could be.
Is he signed? Or is he signed for an NIL contract?
I think maybe NIL. I don't know.
Damn. That would be a cool way to debut.
That would be. That would be.
But yeah, I don't know. I wanted to get your thoughts on the end of Raw because we weren't going to talk about it because you were still kind of dead. But I wanted to talk about it on here. I wanted to wait for you to be on here.
Rest.
Talk about Seth's new faction.
I'm the dead man now.
All right, dead man. What do you think about Seth's new faction?
I absolutely love it.
I'm waiting for the name. I don't know why that's dumb.
It's about to catapult Breaker into a new stratosphere.
It's gonna make.
Because I always say when you have a faction, the faction, we just talked about this before, the faction needs to elevate everybody in the group.
It's definitely a new evolution.
And it doesn't have to elevate the leader because the leader is typically the one that has the most.
It shouldn't elevate the leader. It should never. If a group is elevating the leader, there's a problem.
Yeah.
Because you're supposed to elevate everybody else.
Seth is already the established superstar. This is going to push Breaker into the next stratosphere. Because he's about to have these programs with Punk, Roman, all this stuff.
I think it's making him the next Lesnar.
I mean...
And I'm okay with, because if it makes us forget Lesnar, I'm cool. Like,
I'm good with that too.
Yeah, I'm good with that too.
I'm good.
That's it. I mean, that's it for the WrestleMania talk and that. We did find two things on Twitter during our break that we wanted to talk about. This contract thing, that these are newer contracts because I know we've done this before, not on here. There wasn't like an original one that we talked about, but I'll put this up so that everyone can see. I know we talked about it. You're picking the New Japan contract.
Yeah.
Just to be the leader of the Bullet Club.
Yeah. Which
I remember picking the first time, but I think Okada was the mentor. It wasn't Shibata. And it's crazy that neither one of us are looking at WWE or AEW. Because I'm taking the TNA contract. A guaranteed X Division title run. And Tommy Dreamer. Tommy Dreamer, he probably knows the best place to eat in every town.
Yeah, but I mean, still, I don't know.
You're going to have to talk to Shibata on your phone like he talks.
That's fine. I'm still the leader of the Bullet Club, though. I know the money isn't the same. The contract's a little bit longer, but at the end of everything, I'm going to be a superstar in either WWE or AEW when it's over.
Is the money? No, the money's not the same everywhere. I know it's not the same, but I was trying to figure out like, you're technically getting 800,000 because you're getting 100 grand a year for 8 years.
Yeah.
So you're getting technically you're getting $1 million in WWE.
But I'm a jobber though.
Right, you're getting.
But then again, Tyson Kidd is a hell of a mentor though.
Are you getting $2 million in AEW? Am I doing the math right?
But you're on Raw or SmackDown once every month.
Wait. 400. Yeah, you're getting $2 million from AEW. Maybe I'm going to AEW just for the money. One TNA title run and Christopher Daniels as a mentor.
Yeah, but you know how much coke you're gonna have to take to keep up with Tony?
Listen, I'm only getting $600,000.
At least in New Japan, I could eat all the sushi I want.
You know what and you get to go to that place what's the name of that restaurant that everybody goes to? They get the jackets, and it's like a big thing for the wrestlers to get the jackets.
I don't know.
You don't know? You don't even know what I'm talking about? I know. Bully Ray talks about it all the time. I can't think of the name of the place though. But like even like the owner is a huge wrestling fan, and
I know what you're talking about. I think I saw it on being the Elite.
Yeah. It was on there a couple times. But we put that on there. I'll put that on the screen. This way, you guys can tell us: would you take a money contract? Would you take a mentor contract? Not a contract, but would you take it because of the money, because of the mentor, or the bonus? We're both taking it because of the bonus.
Yeah.
And as we were taking our little break in between, Chris Van Vliet put on 7 wrestlers theory, and I honestly don't know who I think I might have answers for some of them. Number 1, that one that made you fall in love with wrestling.
What wrestler made us fall in love with wrestling?
I don't want to say Stone Cold because it's like the cheap answer, but I think it was Stone Cold.
Macho Man.
Like I remember. I mean, I've told you the story on this first episode. My uncle's son-in-law threw a Stone Cold shirt at me and I was like, hey, come on, we're going to a wrestling show. So I just remember like having a Stone Cold shirt and I think mine is Stone Cold as like the cheap answer.
Mine's Macho Man. When I saw him, I remember when I was younger, I saw the guy with the big sparkly cowboy hat and the giant jacket with the tassels and the voice and...
You just like Slim Jims. What are you kidding?
This will be even before Slim Jims. What you mean? No, that's the one that made me fall in love with wrestling. Was definitely Macho.
Your newest favorite wrestler?
My newest favorite wrestler?
I don't know how I want to... I don't know if we want to say an NXT wrestler or like... Because like I want to say Jacob, but I don't count Jacob as like a new wrestler. Just because of his time in MLW.
I know. Dom is hard to say too because
Dom is
he's
hard
been
to,
around for a while.
Right, like...
Alright, I got one. My newest favorite wrestler.
I think I have one.
Javon Evans.
I was going to say Oba.
Okay, that's
I was stuck between Oba and Trick, and I'm like, Oba hasn't been there as long, but I like Javon as an answer too.
Yeah,
Javon Evans
disgusting.
is... Yeah, he's crazy.
He's bouncy.
Yeah, he's bouncy.
So yeah, that's definitely my answer.
The one that always makes you smile. He hasn't been on in a little bit, but I'm going to have to go Truth.
I'm going to have to go with Dirty Dom. Some of the things he says or his mannerisms or the stupid stuff, he just always makes me laugh.
Okay, Dirty Dom's a good one too. Your comfort wrestler.
Our comfort wrestler.
I don't know.
So basically every time we watch
Every time I know it's going to be a good match. I would have said like Cody or Cena, but their match at Mania, like... I looked at you after that match and I'm like, I don't know how to feel. Do I want to say like... I'm going to say the Young Bucks, honestly. The Young Bucks, Will Ospreay. But like, I'm trying to go back to like the Young Bucks Ring of Honor matches, their New Japan matches.
This is going to sound weird, but I kind of got 2.
Okay.
I might say AJ.
Oh, you know what? That's a good one too.
AJ Styles.
That's a good one too.
Or a little bit off the cusp here, Io Sky. Every time she wrestles,
every
she's so good.
War Games match, you know she's gonna pull a trash can out.
She's so good. Like,
That's a
she
good
just
one.
makes everything so flawless.
I like that
So
one.
I feel like whenever those two are on, I just know it's gonna be entertaining.
The one you missed the one you missed the most. So that doesn't rest. Oh, I thought it was you will miss the most. All right, the one you missed the most. Oh, I don't know. I mean, we can't miss him because he's on a lot. Technically, he doesn't wrestle anymore, but Hunter. I miss Hunter. The DX stuff in the ring. The DX shenanigans. I'm trying to think. I mean, he kind of said he was done. Daniel Bryan did say he's like 95% not coming back.
I'm going to go a little older. I'm going to say Shawn Michaels.
Shawn Michaels. All right, then I'm going to go 100 if you say Shawn Michaels. Yeah. The one you'd protect with your whole life. I have an answer, but...
The one I'd protect with my whole life.
I need a serious answer, because I have an answer, but I need a serious one.
I mean, if we care about the future of wrestling, if we care about the vision of the wrestling, I gotta protect Rollins, you know what I'm saying?
Oh my god.
To make sure the future of this industry is in good hands.
I didn't know you had a joke answer, too. You want my joke answer? Liv Morgan. No, honestly, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, it's a tag team, but Waller in theory. Maybe not as a tag team, maybe as individuals as well, but the stuff they used to do when they were actually on TV, maybe Waller in theory. Rollins, get out of here. The one you're rooting for the most. You probably could have said Rollins for all of these.
I probably could have said Rollins for all of them, to be honest with you. The one I'm rooting for the most. Well, I'll take Dom out of that because he just won the IC title, so
I mean, yeah,
he deserves
Dom out,
that.
Taking Jacob out. You can't. I don't think you can say anybody with a title, honestly.
Yeah, so Jay got to be out. Who am I rooting for the most right now? Does KO count? I want him to get better.
That could count. That could even be protect for your whole life because you want him to get better, technically too. I'm rooting
for KO to get better the most. But
for that answer, I'm gonna go Daniel Bryan. But for like a wrestler that I'm rooting for the most of like,
I want to see them win the big title or a title.
Or you just want to see them around for a while.
Finn Balor. I want to see Finn win another title.
That's
not a tag team title. I want to see Finn win a singles title.
That's a tough one. I don't know. I'm rooting for the most that I want to see, besides someone that I want to see like come back that's not injured. Finn's a good answer. I was trying to think of like someone that's never had one that like maybe isn't a newbie but like kind of. I don't know, man. I was gonna say Joe Hendry, but he's got a title. Damn. I honestly don't know. I can't think of who I'm rooting for the most right now. He doesn't have a title, Cody. You picked Seth to protect me your whole life.
Because he's establishing the future of wrestling.
Braun Breaker's already established.
See? Because of Seth.
Because he's been with Seth for 48 hours.
Doesn't matter. Still works.
I was actually going to say...
Before he was with Seth, he lost his title. Now he's with Seth, he's destroying...
He doesn't have a title.
He's destroying people.
He destroyed Sami Zayn.
Doesn't matter.
I was actually going to go with the dude from AEW that's been actually really good, Kevin Knight. I can't think what his nickname is, but the one that he was in...
Is it LA?
No. He was in... I can't think of the... Is it New Japan Dojo? No, it's not New Japan. It's like whatever the New Japan is in America. He was there for a little bit, but I've been liking the stuff he's been doing over in AEW. That might be my answer, Kevin Knight.
I like Kevin Day.
Is that LA Knight's cousin?
What?
Did LA Knight's mom get around?
Maybe.
Yeah. Why is... never mind. I don't want to get into it. Why is the black guy's name Kevin and the white guy's name LA? I feel like that should be reversed.
Well, I mean, you can always say his name isn't LA, it's La. La Knight.
La Resistance. The French tickler.
I don't know why I remember them, but...
Wasn't that the name of his taunt?
Yeah.
And he would just...
Yeah, it was ridiculous. It was...
I always had that for a taunt when it was in the game.
Of course you would. Why wouldn't you have?
Well, on that note, I think we're done for the day. Oh, we have to go watch this Stephanie's Places because it's all of the bloodline. It's not just Roman. It's everybody. The Roman, the Usos, Jacob's there, Sammy's there.
The Roman.
The Roman. Solos. Look, Solo, Jacob, and Sammy are sitting on a couch together. I definitely need to watch this episode. I didn't care for Charlotte last week. I'm not watching Charlotte. I can care less.
I love how
Charlotte.
Sammy's there.
Look, there they are. So the Tongans are there. I didn't realize they were there. They're Solo, Sammy, Jacob, Usos, Heyman, Roman. I don't know who that is back there. That's probably like a son or somebody. Oh, that's the cameraman. But he looks like an Us too, the cameraman.
Yeah, he does, doesn't he?
Look at Jacob smiling.
Jacob forgets he's a heel all the time.
Yeah, he does. All the time. Speaking of heels. Oh, they're talking about the Logan Paul stuff. Pause.
Your Twitter feed.
What do you... It wasn't... Somebody retweeted it. It's probably some indie wrestler. Alright, that was our WrestleMania reaction.
And your winner of...
I didn't do this when I won
the prediction.
When I won the Rumble and the Chamber.
Well, you should have.
I'm humble. Sorry. I'm like Logan Paul. I'm humble.
You're humble. He's humble. First of all, Don, with your laugh, what the hell is that shit?
Wow. You know what? Lunch is going to be the $1 menu from McDonald's.
I don't care. I've been craving a McDouble.
I think it's more than $1 anyways.
So you know what? I'll have a McDouble while you sit there and be a McFreaking loser. How about that?
I can't wait to get predictions right for Backlash. I mean, we're not going to have a prediction show for Backlash, but I can't wait to get predictions right for Backlash.
Sorry, I'm having a vision.
Oh my God. Thanks for tuning into this episode of the podcast. He doesn't know what's going on over there.
Nope. Delirious, a little bit still.
A little bit still.
Yeah, that's what happens when you sleep 4 days in a row.
I do like having the podcast. I said it on the rewind, but I like having the podcast back. I like doing this because it was weird not doing it or doing it alone last week.
Yeah, it's always a little awkward doing it by yourself. It's more fun with a friend.
Pause. On that note, we'll see you guys maybe next week. We're still trying to figure it out. I'm going away next week. We're trying to figure out what's going to go on. We don't know.
So maybe it's just going to be me.
He won't do it by himself.
How do you know that I wouldn't do it by myself?
Pause. Let's get out of here. Pause.
I can do something by myself. I'll do like 8 videos.
That's fine.
5 minutes each.
I mean, does that include a 4.5 minute nap?
All right. Well, we'll see you next week with content.
Later, guys.
Sure. Bye.